It's Morning Joe and the Pro. We got the schmo. He's feeling a little under the weather, but what do you have to fix that, Marco?
I'll get some nice, tasty Coke, early in the morning here. Get the blood going early in the morning. And by the way, what did I tell you? I'm giving you one pass. I am not answering unless I am being addressed properly.
So you want me to address you as the guy who wasted a day to make $250?
It was a World Series of Poker Cash. It was a mid-cash.
What is your official new name now?
Okay, well, let's just go with Mr. Poker. I mean, we played 2 tournaments last week.
Mr. Poker?
Yeah, let's just do that,
Okay, Morning Joe and the Pro with the Prez and Mr. Poker. That gave me a lot of pain.
It did. Well, I'm getting warmed up, buddy. I know you're coming to town, and we're going to be playing the seniors event. You actually look like you could make the super seniors event.
We went through this on Friday, you idiot. I don't need the same old bullshit jokes from you.
Why is it okay when you have the same old bullshit jokes?
Did you finally win a game?
Did I finally win? Yeah, it's been a rough run in baseball, and bullpens. Are we allowed to drop F-bombs on this podcast?
Fuck, why not?
I hate bullpens right now. They are fucking killing me. I'll tell you what. Whether it's blowing a lead or yesterday my play was under 10.5 in the Seattle Angel game. You know what the score was after 5? 2-1. That's pretty good pace for an under.
And then the bullpens hit.
9 runs over from the 6th inning on.
Okay, well, guess what, brother? You're up on the season, and it's a grind, and you're going to have moments like this. So let's move on. We're talking NBA. Raps tonight against
the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. They haven't shown up, so I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Go to the hospital and check the MASH unit. You'll find the Warriors. It's been a bad playoffs for them.
Hey,
they're getting.
We lost OG, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant, right. OG, 1 Kenobi. It's the same.
Yeah. How excited are you? Seriously.
You know what? In all seriousness, I have a lot of apprehension, and I'll tell you why. They have to win tonight. I am leaving, and I will not be in Toronto during game 6 and 7, and I cannot fathom the thought of not being here. Not only that, but I'll be playing poker while the game is actually on.
Not going to be good for you.
Yeah, so I don't know if excitement is the right word. I have a lot of anxiety going into tonight's game, but I will tell you this, Marco. We have something called Jurassic Park in Toronto. I'm sure you've seen it on TV. 100,000, 50,000, whatever amount of people get together outside the Scotiabank Arena and watch it on a giant TV screen. They started lining up on Saturday. Dude.
That's insane.
Saturday.
Yeah.
There was hundreds of people already Sunday morning. They will have to stand there all day Sunday, then sleep there Sunday night. Now they're still standing there and it's pouring bloody rain. Toronto's excited, man. I mean, I think even with Durant coming back, they're going to win one of the games. I can't see Golden, even with Durant, if he comes back. He's not coming back, but it's huge. And what's really interesting is going to be to see what Kawhi does afterwards. I think Toronto has given Kawhi the greatest nickname in all of sports.
What is that?
King of the North.
Oh, God. Okay. You guys in this Game of Thrones
I didn't
stuff.
do it. It's the best nickname ever, and I want to show you something. I have to find a picture, but Toronto has gone Kawhi crazy.
Are they going to be?
I don't know if you can see that.
I see that. Kawhi and Dine eats free here. All the restaurants, they have to put that up in the.
Every restaurant in the city, free food for Kawhi forever, so long as he stays a Raptor. The multimillionaires have gotten together. They want to buy him a $3 million condo to live in. Car dealerships are giving him cars for free. I have never seen anything like this in 50 years. I don't actually think there's been anything like this in any city ever. We have gone Kawhi bananas. It's going to be a fascinating offseason. But I
haven't seen free stuff like this since, some big name football programs in college football.
Yeah.
Giving this kind of stuff from wealthy booster. That doesn't happen. I'm just making that up.
Okay, dude. Let's talk NBA playoffs. Toronto minus 1.5. Over and under is 215. Money line is 125. First half is -1. Fourth quarter lines are up. There's three-way betting. There's props going on. Where is Marco D'Angelo going in this game?
I'm probably not going to give this play to my clients, and I'll tell you the reasons why. First of all, it starts with, Durant. Is he really going to suit up and play tonight? This is, a situation that if he can go now, why wasn't he able to go just a few days ago? And if those few days is what it took to make a difference, then how effective is he going to be? Or is, we're going to have a rule. You're not allowed to be texting when I'm talking, sir. You got to have
the shit out of me, Marco.
Then why do you keep bugging me and calling me to be on with you?
Yeah, Johnny tells me you have to have Marco on.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you're begging me to do it every day with you. Situation being, is this really going to be Durant playing, or is this just another smokescreen to try to get Toronto to spend time preparing for something that might be there, might not be there? I look at it, and if he is, let's just say Prez, how going to practice? You can't get into game shape and have that rhythm and play at game speed in practice. I think it's just a smokescreen, and I'll believe it when I see it. So for me, what I'm saying is this is going to be a game that's going to be more involved, I think, in-game wagering as you're seeing the ebb and flow of this game. You look at it, and the one thing I'm going to point out, and obviously Game 4 was the worst game Golden State's played. Or do you want to say that was the best game that Toronto played? Well, what I'm going to look at, and I'm going to point something out. We know that Golden State is shorthanded. We know they played Game 3 with, not all hands on deck. Not only was Durant out, but Klay Thompson didn't play Game 3. Came back and played 40 minutes in Game 4. But Curry, Draymond Green, all the other cast of characters for Golden State had to play basically the entire game. They just didn't have any bench depth. With that said, from Game 3 to Game 4, Prez, and we talked about this on Friday, previewing that game, it was the only game of the series where they were playing off of one-day rest. Played the game on Wednesday, come back and played the game on Friday. Now we're back to playing from Friday, have Saturday and Sunday off, and play Monday. So you're going to have a little bit of a better rested team. How did that affect Golden State, you ask, in Game 4? Well, listen to this. They shot.
I didn't ask.
Well, I'm telling you anyways. Take notes. Golden State, just 8 of 27 from three-point range. The one thing that goes the first for you for a basketball player is your legs. When you're tired, you don't have your legs. So what happens? You don't have your jump shot. You don't play great defense. They were only 8 of 27. More importantly, they only took 27 shots from three-point range. In the previous games, game 1, 31, 34, 36. So that was a big drop-off. It was the same way with total shots per game. They just didn't get up and down the floor the way they did in the other games of the series. With that said, I think you'll see more intensity out of Golden State tonight with the extra rest and obviously the sense of urgency. So where I'm heading with that is I'm going to look to the over. And I'm going to see a quicker pace tonight. I'll see them hit a better percentage of shots because they'll be rested. And if they do get anything out of Durant, that's just going to be a bonus. But the also flip side to that, Prez, is this is a closeout game. All the other games are different to closeout games. Because when you're that team about to get closed out, you don't give up. You foul right down to the end. You're trying to extend the game, staying in it. Even if you're down 10, there's 30 seconds left. You're still fouling, trying for the miracle. And you get those cheap points at the end. And we've seen, with the exception of the last game, all of these games are going to be around that number or going over it. We haven't seen that really big stone-cold under game until the last one. And the total's right there at 214.5. The total's been anywhere in this series from 213 to 216. So we're right in the middle of where it's at. And here's a couple stats for you on the over. Toronto, this season, when they're playing a game, a competitively priced game, meaning +3 to -3, 18-8 to the over, buddy. And Toronto, following a win this season, 21-11 to the over. I'm going to go ahead for this show. I'm going to say if I'm going to make a full game wager, it's going to be on the over. And then I'm going to do a lot of in-game with this. And that's going to be seeing who's on, what hands are on deck and how effective everybody is. And I think Golden State, you said Toronto can get out to that big jump. I think there's more of a chance of Golden State coming out and getting out to the early lead because of the uncharted water for Toronto. Yeah, that place is going to be electric. Yes, they're going to be pumped up, but they haven't done this before. The hardest thing to do is to close out a team when you've never closed a team out before. That's what Toronto's going to face tonight. I think with a sense of urgency, Golden State actually gets out to the quick lead. Maybe I look at Golden State first quarter if I want to do something with or without Durant. And if Durant's in there, there's going to be that little bit of a lift. But again, if I'm Steve Kerr, it was only 3-day difference from Friday now till Monday. If I was going to put Durant in, I'm going to have Durant on the floor in Golden State for the first game that he returns because you're going to have that building go nuts. Do you think Toronto's going to be excited when they see Durant? No, you're not going to get the same effect that you would have had using him in Game 4. That's why I don't believe he's going to play.
Well, I don't believe he's going to play either, Marco, and I actually don't know if it's going to matter, to be honest with you. I'll tell you the most shocking part of this series to me, and that is Kerr is getting schooled by a rookie coach who is coming up with incredibly creative defensive and offensive schemes, who's making unbelievable in-game adjustments. Nick Nurse, my God.
I didn't think this is a big surprise to me too, Prez. I've gained a ton of respect for him in the Milwaukee series and then in this series.
But if you go through, and because they've written articles and articles about this now in Toronto, if you go through and you look at their formations against Orlando, their adjustments against Philadelphia, their defensive schemes against Milwaukee, and now how completely different they're playing against Golden State. Nick Nurse for MVP.
I can't disagree with you, buddy. He's done a tremendous job, and the end game, as you said, to be a rookie coach and to be on the biggest stage in the NBA in your first go around, that's pretty impressive. It helps to have a guy named Kawhi Leonard, though. Okay?
No, of course it does. But look, I mean, Milwaukee had a guy named I don't remember, but
yeah, the Greek freak.
Yeah. So it's not, I mean, Kawhi is unbelievable. We all know this, but, D'Antoni had Harden. I mean, teams have great players. If you look at Houston, I mean, Houston is a hell of a lot more well-rounded, if you will, than Toronto. This series has been the Nick Nurse come out party. It's unbelievable to see them go in at halftime on Friday night and then come out with a completely different scheme and then just handle Golden State. I'm so impressed with this team. It's amazing. I mean, they're going from pick and rolls to cuts, back to pick and rolls. They're taking whatever Golden State is giving them and making adjustments. Kawhi is, those 2 3-pointers were huge to start the second half on Friday. But Kawhi is dining in mid-range with the jumper. And what Toronto has really shown the rest of the league is you don't need to shoot 3-pointers all game long to beat Golden State. My brother came over and we're watching the game, and the two of us are screaming, "Go to the rack! Go to the rack!" I mean, it was like, forget the damn 3-pointers. With Gasol and Siakam and Ibaka, just go to the damn rack, man.
See, let's point out the difference. And you talked about Milwaukee in the last series and with the Greek Freak. That's what's missing out of the Freaks game is Kawhi Leonard's one of the best defensive players in the NBA. There's no question about that. But his offensive skills, he takes the defense out with him because they have to respect Kawhi because he can hit that 3-pointer. That's the part of the game that Giannis doesn't have. He doesn't have right now in his repertoire. When he gets that, when he's able to develop another offensive, weapon in his arsenal that he can pull people away from the bucket, then yes, that opens up the middle and you're able to get the backdoor cuts, hit the open guy because they're going to collapse on Kawhi wherever he goes.
It's unbelievable to watch. I mean, he's standing out at the 3-point line, palming the ball in the back here. There's and what he's waiting for is he's waiting for one move to bring the corner defender in so he can do a kick out. And if the kick out isn't there, he's got Gasol standing in the paint. It's Raps in 5.
You get too excited. Calm down.
Yeah, dude.
Relax. You got to last all day, buddy.
I need them to win tonight, dude. I cannot have a game 6 while I'm in Vegas. Please don't let it happen.
Okay, guys, if you are believers in whatever's going to go wrong for the Prez will go wrong, then you bet Golden State with both hands tonight because the Prez is going to miss out on not having, the chance to participate in a city that's going to go nuts. Now, Toronto, we don't have anything to base it on for prior experience. We've seen other cities that when they get a championship where, they're burning shit in the streets and everything else. Is Toronto going to be off the charts wild, stupid?
No.
Or is it going to be a good celebration?
Brother, I got a 15-year-old kid, and I told her to go downtown to be there when it happens. There will be no looting, nothing violent, nothing negative. Toronto is a city based on namaste, and it'll be a pleasure to watch. I was in the thick of it in 92 and 93, or 91 and 92. It's blending. It'll be a wonderful event. There'll be nothing negative.
In game 5 tonight, game 6 is which day?
There is no game 6.
Will game 6, if there is a game 6, will it really be of the day we're doing the tournament? Is it Thursday? I don't even look.
Yes.
Oh, it is Thursday. Yeah, it is Thursday. So you'll be Oh my God. We're not swapping pieces if there's a game 6 because you're not going to be focused at all. We usually, true disclosure, we usually swap 10% of each other in tournaments whenever we play.
Yeah, it's like throwing a bone to a hungry dog. That's how I feel. I'm the Prez.
Who was 2 for 2 in tournaments last night?
This show is over.
No.
Listeners, this is our last morning, Joe, until late August. There will be no game 6. There will be no game 7. It is with a humble heart. I don't know whose humble heart, because it ain't mine, that I say thank you for listening. I want Marco to co-host with me every day. And then we'll bring a third guest on. So email Marco and tell him, or tweet him and tell him to co-host with me. We're done, bro.
We're done. That's it. So game 6, they're just screwed.
There is no game 6. We'll see everyone the third week of August for a college football preview show. And Marco, I'll see you Wednesday. I might come into the studio. And then, get this, dude. Don't tell anyone. Totally private.
Yes. What?
After the studio.
Nobody's listening right now. Go ahead.
After the studio, yeah. I'm taking Teddy clothes shopping.
Wow.
He's going to bring about $5,000. We're going to redo his wardrobe from scratch, and I get to pick it.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said, should Marco come? I'm like, hell no. Unless, of course, you bring $5,000 and let me redo yours.
Yeah. I think WagerTalk should do my wardrobe. But, as I'm like, the only guy that dresses up for the videos every week, nicely.
All because you wear good clothes don't mean you dress up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's about how clothes.
The man that's doing Morning Joe in the Pro looks like he just got electrocuted before he went on air. Seriously, dude. But I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. If there is a game 6, we'll do a quick live cameo from the WSOP, and we'll have me, you, and Teddy just give a pick for game 6.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring on Negrano or Dave Williams. We'll grab somebody in there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, cool.
Okay, brother.
Thursday. You better bring your A game. Because
I only have an A game. He's Marco. I'm the Prez. See you third week of August. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And take care of yourself. Have a wonderful summer, everybody.